Hi Charm Gang, welcome back to another video. If you're new, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. And if you've been rocking with me for a while, you know what it is. I appreciate you. So today we're gonna make shepherd's pie. I've already started browning my meat. And the meat that I'm using today is ground beef. So I'm gonna thoroughly cook it through and then I'm going to drain it. And Charms, I'm making 2 pans of this shepherd's pie. One for my household and the other one is going to my mom's house. I know, I'm just that nice. So I'm going to set that aside and start cutting up my sausages. And I'm also going to put that into the ground beef mixture as well. But I'm going to pop it in the oven for about 22 minutes on 375. I like baked sausages. I don't know why. I don't really care for boiled sausages. So now let's season the ground beef. So I've cut up some onions and we're going to throw that into the pan. And once I do that, I'm going to give it a stir to incorporate the onions and the ground beef together. And then I'm going to start seasoning the ground beef. And you already know my go-to seasonings. So we're going to use some complete seasoning. This is like an all-purpose seasoning, so I feel like it makes any meal come together, brings flavor to the meal, so you can't go wrong with that. Now I'm using some garlic and herb seasoning, and by the way, I picked that up from the Dollar Tree. And now we're going to put some pepper in it as well, just a little bit. And then I'm going to also add some salt to this meal, because your meal is not right unless you have flavor bursting, you know? So now let's put some garlic powder. So after I've added my seasonings, I'm going to give it a mix, bring everything together, make sure all my flavors are married. I heard that off the Food Network channel. I think it was with Bobby Flay. He was like, the flavors need to be married. I'm so lame. So y'all, I'm sorry. So Charms, I've already took the sausages out of the oven. Now we're going to attempt to make semi-homemade gravy. So I've already put 2 to 3 teaspoons of butter in the frying pan along with some gravy master. Now I'm adding some flour and some beef broth. And I'm going to just keep stirring that until it comes together like this here. And I want it to thicken because I don't like a loose gravy. I like a semi-thick gravy. Not too thick, but not too loose, just in the middle. So I'm going to keep stirring until I get the consistency that I'm looking for with this gravy. While I'm doing that, I'm going to season it up. Salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder. And then I'm going to keep stirring. That's the only thing I dislike about homemade gravy. You have to keep watching it and keep stirring it. But it's okay though, because we do this, okay? So Charms, once I've added all my seasonings that I'm going to use with the gravy, I gotta let the gravy cook out the flour. So I keep stirring it, I'm watching it, making sure I don't burn it. It's on a low temperature, it's on medium. So once the gravy mixture was done, I incorporated the sausages with the ground beef and the gravy is all together. Now I'm adding some mixed vegetables, just 1 can. So I'm going to incorporate that into the mixture and then we're going to make the mashed potatoes. I had 3 different types of mashed potatoes going on here, but it's okay though, because we got this. It all going to come together just right. So now I'm adding some butter to my water. I brought the water to a boil and then I started adding my mashed potatoes. And Charms, for it to be 3 different types of mashed potatoes, you couldn't even tell once everything was mixed in. And I added milk, butter, sour cream, and I also added cream cheese. Try cream cheese in your mashed potatoes next time you make it. I promise you, you'll see the difference. It just gives it a different consistency and make it more creamier. So how do you guys make your shepherd's pie? I know there's many ways to make it. You know, there's no right or wrong way to make it. It just depends on your preference and what you're going for. So now that I've added all my ingredients into the mashed potatoes, they ready. They thick and creamy. They look so good and they tasted good too. So now it's time to assemble the shepherd's pie. So I have already buttered my pan. So I'm going to lay down the mixture, the meat mixture, all over the pan evenly. And I'm only doing one layer just because the pan is only so big. So I didn't want to chance it by doing two. So I'm doing one. And I already put the mixture down, so I'm going to spread it out evenly. And then I'm going to add my mashed potatoes. And once I add the mashed potatoes, I'm going to do the same exact thing. Spread it out evenly, making sure I cover the entire meat layer with mashed potatoes. And then I'm going to add cheese on top. And then it'll be ready to go in the oven. Charms, the mashed potatoes was so thick and creamy. Like, it really went hand in hand with the meat mixture. I'm just saying. It came out good, though. I think I'll make this again. And I didn't follow a recipe or anything. I'll link one below, but I didn't follow one. This is just me playing around with the shepherd's pie. You know, I feel like even if you look at a recipe, you still gonna make it to your liking. Like, you're gonna follow the recipe only so much, and then you're just gonna do your own thing with it. But you have some people, they're gonna follow the recipe to a T. Like, teaspoon for teaspoon, measurement for measurement. But that's okay too, though. Do it how you like. It's your meal. Have fun with it. So now it's time to drizzle some cheese on top. Any type of cheese you like. I'm using triple cheddar by Kraft. And I'm just putting an even layer on top. Not too much, but enough where you can taste it, you know. And once I do that, it's time to pop it in the oven. And I cooked it for about 25 minutes on 350. And there's the two shepherd's pie now coming out of the oven. Charms, once I took it out of the oven, I let it sit for about 15 minutes to cool. And then I cut into it. So that concludes today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to thumbs me up, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video.